Hello student, how are you? Welcome back in e-learning classes of Panchkarma department. Today we will discuss about Nasyakarm procedure, its importance, probable mode of action of different types of Nasyakarm. So what we learn in this lecture? First one is importance of Nasyakarm. Second one is drug useful in Nasyakarm. Third one is probable mode of action of Nasya procedure. And finally conclusion of Nasyakarm. So now importance of Nasyakarm. It can be performed at OPD level. No, we can use or perform this procedure on OPD level. No need of specialized Panchkarma theatre. Second one is it can be performed without expert physician. Any physician. No need of Panchkarma expert or MD Panchkarma. Simple BMS can be performed this procedure on patient. Third one is useful procedure amongst all purificatory Panchakarma. As you know, five type of Panchakarma procedure is Baman, Virichan, Basti, Nasya and Raktamokshan. This Nasyakarma is easiest and more useful procedure among all of them. Fourth one is no major side effect. There is no any threatening, life threatening side effect of this procedure. We can practice daily. As you know, Pratimas Nasya can be used daily. Nasya and fifth one is effect on entire body. This procedure affect systemic as well as local. Sixth one is stimulates many glands and nerves. It stimulates many glands and nerves in body, and that's why the effect of this procedure are on entire body. Soothing effect. The effect of this procedure is like a soothing effect of brain and soul. Last one is can be practiced daily. As you know, Pratmarsanasya can be used daily as Charak and Susrut and Bhagavad has described many times in day 8 or 12 or 14 as per the need of and individuals. Now useful drugs, the drug which are useful in Nasya procedure. These are the some examples which are useful in Nasya procedure like Apamarg, Pippali, Marich, Vidang, Sarsap, Haridra, Ajmoda, Tulsi, Hingu, Vacha, Lasun, Saptaparni, Brahmi, Jyotismati, Sris, Nimb, Sunthi and Madanfal as Charak described in Sutristan chapter number 2 Apamarg Bijani Pippali Marichani Ch. Now probable mode of action of Nasyakarm. As such, there is no direct relation between nasal cavity and brain, but the drug transport can be occurring in three different pathways. First one is by simple diffusion across the nasal mucosal epithelium. Second one is vascular pathway. Third one is lymphatic pathway. And last one is olfactory pathways. These are the probable route by which Nasyakarm is. First one is vascular pathway. The facial vein has no valve and is directly related to intracranial circulation. Also, the supraorbital veins and the ophthalmic vein drain into facial vein, which directly pool into the cavernous venous sinuses. The drug which is held in the posterior nasal cavity that too in head lowered position due to gravity enters the blood pool and thus its absorption into the meninges, and the intracranium can be considered. Second one is olfactory pathway. The major part of the nasal cavity is covered with respiratory epithelium where drug absorption can be easily achieved. The olfactory epithelium is present in the upper posterior part and is supplied by olfactory nerves which connect to the olfactory bulb of brain. However, the transfer of drug is hindered by blood-brain barrier, but it has an affinity toward lipophilic molecules. Olfactory pathways. The olfactory nerve also connected to higher centers of brain such as amygdala, limbic system, hypothalamus, etc. As we know, the limbic system control the behavioral pattern and emotions, and the hypothalamus controlling the ANS and coordinating between the endocrine and nervous system. Hereby, we can say the medicated oil given through nasal passage may stimulate the olfactory nerve ending and also may transport across the olfactory tract to reach the higher centers of brain. Now factors affecting the nasal absorption. The factor affecting the nasal absorption are: first one is nasal pH, second one is particle size of the drug administered, third one is local capillary drainage, fourth one is gravity, fifth one is affinity of drug to the nasal epithelium. Now probable explanation of mode of action of lipid based drug in nasal cavity. The lipid based nasal drops like Anu Tel Snehanasya and Sadbindu Ghrati Snehanasya probably enhance the absorption of the drug by enhancing connecting time like mucoadhesive property with mucociliary belt. Disadvantage of this drug delivery is increase the physical weight on the cilia, thus decrease the ciliary transport tragically. Should be avoided in acute congested nasal cavity with increased secretion like a acute rhinosinusitis. What possibly is happening in Navanasya? The Nasya Aushadhi having oil base is easily absorbed across the mucosa as it is highly lipophilic in nature. It could be either stimulate the nerve ending, thereby stimulating the higher centers of brain, or reach there via transneuronal pathway. Tela being sukshma tikshna ushna in nature penetrates deep into the tissue and may transport the drug across the tract. Now probable events in aqueous based nasal drops like squeezing of fresh usage of drugs oppidan quickly mix with periciliary layer of mucous membrane which probably enhance drug absorption also. Disadvantage of this therapy is need preservative like celiotoxic itself, less retaining and hence action time. In continuation of opidanasya, as the drug is squeezed directly into the nasal cavity by virtue of its pungent action, it may instantly stimulate the nerve ending and the nasal mucosa. As mentioned earlier, the olfactory tract is directly connected to the higher centers of brain such as the limbic system which controls the emotions. And already it has been discussed that Iopidinus is effective in psychosomatic condition. This give a hint of what's happening. Now, mode of action of fine powder administration in the nasal cavity, like Dhamapan. Drug distribution in a larger area of nasal cavity is possible, may reach to middle meatus area, which is all important area for the genesis of many of the sinusitis. Fine powder may be suspended in the lower airways and hence available to the distal respiratory system. Now Pradhaman Nasya. As powders of the drug are blown into the nose, it creates an immediate reflex action and irritates the nasal mucosa. It increases the nasal secretion and thereby clear the congestion and drain the accumulated phlegm in the region. And it is highly irritant in the nature. It is helpful in gaining back the consciousness in patients suffering from apasmar, unmad, moha, murcha, etc. Consensus of drug dose as per modern parameters. The drug dose of 1/4 to 1/3 ml per nostril would be preferred. Maximum 1/2 to 1 ml per nostril is tolerable, but there will be some loss as the volume increase. More than 1 ml per nostrils per dose should likely be split and delivered over several cycles. And according to Ayurved view, absolutely compatible with modern census. In Heen Matra, there is 4 drops. In Madhyam Matra, there is a 6 drop. And in Uttam Matra, there is a 8 drops in each nostrils. Possible mode of action. Olfactory nerve is the only cranial nerve exposed to external environment and can be used for drug delivery. Drug used for Nasyakarm travel along with axons with microvessels into limbic system, hypothalamus, thalamus and basal ganglia. Drug used Nasyakarm if small in molecular structure be traced in cerebrospinal fluid CSF. Drugs are also made available to systemic absorption via lymphatic and vascular routes. Better if used for central nervous system disorder than actually targeting inside the pernasal sinuses. So this is the probable mode of action of Nasyagan. Now conclusion of whole exercise. On a whole, the Nasya Karmukta mentioned in Ayurveda and the mode of action of nasal administration are identical. However, the effect of Nasyakarm in musculoskeletal cases such as torticollis, cervical spondylosis, etc. have to be understood taking into consideration the reflex arc mechanism. The exact mechanism has to be studied and message taking into consideration the details always analysis of the Nasya Aushadhi using HPTLC particle size assessment, RCCT and double-blind placebo study help to establish the efficacy of Nasyakarm. In continuation of conclusion, endoscopic and radiological skill help you to have a measure of disease of the nose and PNS. Pratisai is all important nasal disorder in Ayurveda and basic features of arm and Paku Pratisai are deemed respected in treatment. Avoid using from oil lipid form of nasya in active phase of the disease. Apid Quath base nasya and Pradhaman fine powder nasya cover larger area of the nasal cavity. Nasya done by atomized spray is better than drops. The sound knowledge of modern and Ayurveda Nasya concept are complementary, not contradictory. It grooms you a better physician. In last, Nasikarm is the best procedure of nature insufflated medicine in Ayurveda. It can be either hydrophilic or lipophilic in nature. It means swaras, dugdh or kashaya as a hydrophilic and tel or grit as lipophilic are used. The nature route is the best to reach head and the best management for disease of head. This is that for now. We will discuss more topics on Panchakarma in next lecture. For now, thanks all of you.